Before we get started here, I just wanted to let the YouTube algorithm know that I am a fully licensed medical grower in Canada, where it is fully legal. I have paperwork to back it up. Everything I do is 100% within the law of my country. And this is for documentation and entertainment purposes only. Hi everybody, CANNABEARD Grows here. How the heck are you doing? I hope you're well. Today on Friday Night Gardening, we're going to take a look at last week's harvest, see how it's drying along. It's been about, well, today is Thursday when I'm recording this, so it's actually been 1 week today, 7 days. So we got like 3 more days. I want to usually push this to about 10 days because I'm doing fairly low temperature and fairly high humidity. Well, I was going to say there's no point. I'll get into this later, but I might as well just do it right now. So the stats on this look like this. I've been getting in the ranges of mid to high 60s Fahrenheit temperature-wise, and about 55 to maybe 60 humidity. It's been kind of just bouncing around in that middle zone somewhere, usually on the higher end, usually about 58 or so, but that's where it's been holding for the past week. So hopefully everything is looking good. We'll take a look at that in a second. We got some Autoflowers to take a look at, and then I guess discussion about what we're going to do next in this tent. Right on. So don't forget to like this video, if you do like it. Subscribe, all that kind of YouTube action, you know the drill. And yeah, let's just, let's go into the Autoflowers first, then we'll take a look at these. Still using this wonderful MARSHYDRO SP3000 Greenhouse Edition. I refer to these as the Mars bars. Here's one of the older models just sitting right here on my floor. Got to put it away in a closet or something like that. But yeah, everything's looking, well, pretty good. I mean, like I said, this strain seems to be kind of drooping a little bit, but my goodness, look at the bud stack. We're just gonna have towers of bud. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I've grown this strain before, and this is absolutely the weirdest it's ever grown. I must have done something real strange in the beginning, or I just got some really weird phenos. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you've got any good diagnoses let me know in the comments below if you feel you know what's going on here. But I have never had an autoflower this vivacious and bushy and jungly, and no matter how many times I defoliate it and cut it back, it just comes back twice as thick. Yeah, it's just nuts, man. There's just so much to this plant. I don't know what to do with it. It's starting to smell real good though already, honestly, considering these buds are so small. Still, they're just starting, but my God, they smell good. And then down here we've got the clones. These are photo period clones. These are clones from the beginning of flower. They actually kind of ripened a little bit. But I'm trying my damnedest to reverse veg these, trying to put these back into a veg state. So I keep them in here in this tent under a 24 hour cycle, 20 hours of light, 4 hours of darkness, because they're autoflowers. That's kind of what they like. Yeah, I don't know. They're alive. They're slowly drinking water, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully they come to and survive. Okay, let's move on. But first, before we get into the episode, let's thank today's sponsor. Thank you very much, MARSHYDRO. I've been using MARSHYDRO almost exclusively for many, many years now, and I truly love their products. I cannot say enough good things about their new Smart line. It's just awesome. I'm not gonna bore you with a long-winded speech, but trust me, it's amazing. It is so good. And if you want to love this new stuff, or any other stuff for that matter, use my name as a discount code. Save yourself a couple of bucks off your next MARSHYDRO purchase, and maybe you'll learn to love them kind of like I do. Anyway, thank you very much, MARSHYDRO, for the continued support. I love you. And let's get on with the show. Cheers. I'd also like to bring up the topic of using your tent as a drying space. In the past, I've struggled a little bit, at least earlier on, when drying my cannabis. Where do I put it? Some people say stick it in a spare room, stick it in a closet, put it somewhere dark and cool. And yeah, that's true. Dark and cool is probably the best way to do it. But if the truth be known, there are ideal parameters for it. It's not just throw it in a closet and forget about it and it'll dry. You should be drying your cannabis between 7 and 10 days, and somewhere in the as low 60s as you can get it, up to mid 70s will do, I suppose, if that's what you're. But you know, the lower the better. And humidity being somewhere in the 55 to about 60 range. You want it right in that zone, closer to 60 if you can. And that is sort of the ideal time. You kind of want to dry them a little bit slow, hence the potential 10 days and having a slightly higher humidity than like a 50 or something like that. That's going to make a big difference in the way your flavor of your smoke and the darkening of your trichomes. Your trichomes will degrade more in a drier environment faster than they would if you do a slow and cool dry. Anyway, just wanted to talk about that for a quick second, and let's get on to it. Oh wow, the smell. Okay, there we go. I got a nice bright light on here so we can see the goods. Man, they're looking good. Speaking of goods, it smells a little green in here, but that's kind of to be expected. This is only the drying stage. I am also using a MARSHYDRO humidifier in here. It's actually not on right at this exact second, but that's because the humidity in here is correct, or within the buffer zone at any rate. So this is the MARSHYDRO humidifier sensor right here, and then over here I've got the other ones that connect up to this whole system here, hooked up to that and the rest. But yeah, looking good. I am very excited. For those of you, oh, it's kicking on. Look at that. It just kicked on automatically. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, for those who don't know, I was supposed to get some dry ice, and long story short, but my phone got cut off due to just finances. I just in between paychecks, and it's been a long time since my phone's ever been cut off like this, but whatever, man. This stupid company is brutal and cuts your phone off if you're fucking like a day late. Anyway, I hate this new company, but because my phone was cut off, I didn't get the phone call about my dry ice being in, and after a couple of days not hearing from them, I drove there to go see what was up, not knowing my phone was broken. And yeah, it turns out my phone was down, and they tried calling me a couple times, and all of the dry ice evaporated. So I have to pay for a cooler full of air because all of the dry ice evaporated. Womp, 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 womp. Anyway, things are growing well in here. If you like this dry flower rack, by the way, this thing's modular. You can just put as many of these on as you want. I've got a whole bunch more in the closet here of these rack systems, but Dry Flower is the company, and Dry, D-R-I, Beard is my discount code. So Dry Beard for the Dry Flower rack. I love this rack. You just connect it up there at the top and take it down when you're done. And I just fold it up and throw it in the closet until I need it again. But I really, really like this system. I can dry an absolute phenomenal amount in this. Oh, the fans are all kicking in. Anyway, that's honestly about all I got going on here for you today. In the next couple of days, today being Thursday, so like Sunday-ish, I should be packaging all this up. Me and Bunny are going to cut all this off. I'll try to film a little bit of that. We're going to cut it all off into just buds. I'm not going to trim anything, and then we're going to run it all in a trim bag. But the reality is, this is not much leaf on here anyway. You can see there's only a little bit of leaf, a little bits of curls surrounding this. And I don't really care about trimming my plants too much, honestly. I'm turning most of it into extract anyway. So realistically, all I got to do is cut all the buds off of the sticks, and then I'm technically good to go. I will probably do a little bit of a trim bin or a trim bag run just so I can separate the trim a little bit. Use that trim for cookies or making butter, whatever. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we've gone over our seed collection and narrowed it down to this box right here. There was a couple of factors that we need to consider. We're doing our outdoor and our next indoor crop pretty darn quickly here, so we had to sort of figure out what we're going to do. Might as well germinate them both roughly at the same time. So after going through a whole bunch of stuff and really making some decisions, here's the battle plan, folks. This is what we're going to do. Peanut butter breath from Coastal Mary Seeds for the first, for some indoor and for some outdoor. So 2 outdoor, and I'm going to do 2, probably just 1 indoor here actually. I'm only going to grow, I think, 2 plants in the 5x5 again, but I'm going to have room for all of these other seedlings for the outdoors and stuff. So that's why I'm only going to be growing 2 at a time, just like this last time. Anyway, the next one for indoor here is going to be the Pineapple Express. This is photo period, both from Coastal Mary Seeds. You can use my name, put it on screen here as a code, save yourself a couple of bucks. And so this is the indoor figured out right here, and part outdoor. So half of this is going to be outdoor and half of it's going to be indoor. And then we got this one right here, which is Mango Kush from I Love Growing Marijuana Seeds. So that's going to be the other outdoor. We do have a backup just in case. I've got some old, not old, but like a couple of years ago's Coastal Mary Green Crack seeds left. I still got a few in here. So this is going to be sort of a backup just in case anything goes wrong for the outdoors. And yeah, that is our indoor and our outdoor for the 5x5 and the 4 plants that we're going to be growing outdoor for being Canadian legal citizens that can grow pot. Yep, there you go. I know a few of you were asking. That's what we're doing. Well, there we go, folks. That's today's episode. Short, sweet, a little bit smelly. So don't forget to like the video if you do like it, if you do indeed like it. Subscribe if you're not already, and if you are subscribed, double check that notification bell is on. Sometimes it likes to turn it off. Whatever, don't worry about it, but just check it if it's there or not. Thank you very much for hanging out with me here today. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.